Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Prasad Mehta and you are watching King of Food Times Official. Today I'm going to make an amazing recipe for you guys. You will go just crazy. It's one of my favorites and it's one of my most amazing creations. Not per se my creation, but the technique which I'm going to show you today and food which I'm going to reveal is going to make you happy. So today we are making ultimate Swiss fondue along with Maharashtrian Misal. Yes, that's right, an amazing combo I can vouch for. So let's get started. To make Misal fondue we need 1 tablespoon of maida, 1 tablespoon of butter, 100 ml of milk, 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, 50 ml olive oil, 5 to 6 pieces of bread, 100 ml fresh cream, 200 grams of fresh grated mozzarella, 1 lemon juice, around 2 to 3 tablespoons of Farsan for garnishing, 2 tablespoons of Misal masala, and salt and pepper according to your taste. So let's begin with our first step, that is roux. So we will melt 1 tablespoon of butter. We'll add a tablespoon of flour and whisk it rigorously. So once our flour and butter are mixed, we will slowly add milk and we will keep on stirring. Now it is really important that you keep on stirring so that your flour doesn't burn off or it doesn't get too sticky. So roux will help us to thicken our fondue, and roux is also used for various things such as bechamel sauces for your pasta. So today we are going to use this roux as a thickener in our fondue. We are going to slowly add the milk so it doesn't form any lumps. So now our roux is done. Now we are going to add our cream, which will be base for our fondue. Now traditionally you can also use white wine, but this recipe is more about convenience. So once you have whisked rigorously, you will see a consistency which is smooth. It has become as soft as a ball of cotton. So now it's time to add our cheese. So we are going to add cheese. Make sure that the cheese is added slowly and steadily because you don't want lumps to get formed. So that's 1 cup of mozzarella cheese which I am using. Once we add the cheese, we will be adding our lemon juice. So the lemon juice will help the cheese to not curdle. That's right, and that's why in traditional recipes white wine is used. So lemon and white wine have similar properties. They have tartaric acid in them which prevents the curdling of the cheese, and it also gives a really nice flavor. So you can also use white wine as I mentioned. If you have white wine, please go ahead with it. You can add around say around 10 ml, which is roughly around 4 to 5 tablespoons of white wine. It really gives a nice flavor, and it, as I mentioned earlier, helps the cheese not to curdle. So traditionally this kind of recipe is used to make fondue, but since we are making fondue at the the most convenient way and a convenient style, because not everyone might have white wine, so this is a very neutral way to make the fondue. And this technique is very simple. You don't have to compromise any flavor with your fondue. So I'm using mozzarella cheese. You can use Gruyere, you can use Emmental, which are the two most basic and the most well-known cheeses. But right now we are all in the lockdown, so it's much better to use some mozzarella. You can use cheddar if you have, but I would suggest you that do not use the cheese cubes, that is the processed cheese, because what happens that if you grate cheese cube and add in the pan, after a while it will start secreting oils and you don't want your fondue to be greasy. So as you can see, it's raining outside and This cannot be more perfect way to enjoy your fondue. Rains, a cheesy fondue, and that too with a spicy missile and bread. It's amazing. It's really amazing. And if you're having fondue with wine, that's the ultimate combo you can ask for. So now, as you can see, our cheese is melted. Let's move on to the next step, that is adding lemon juice. So I'm squeezing lemon juice from a fresh lemon, and we are going to whisk the fondue. Lemon will really give a very nice flavor. So now you can see our fondue is almost ready, but I'm finding the consistency to be a little thick. So at this moment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of water. Yes, don't be afraid to use water, to loosen up the consistency. You can also use milk, but this is the most convenient way I'm showing you. We will add little by little and vigorously keep on whisking our fondue. So now you can see we have the desired consistency of the fondue. My fondue is not too runny and not too thick. It's perfect. So don't be scared to add a little bit of water. It's less than half a glass. So you can add little by little and keep on whisking this. You can also use cream and milk, but this is the foolproof recipe. So use water if you are making fondue my way. So now it's time to add our garlic. 1 clove of garlic. So after putting this garlic, it becomes your classic fondue. And also remember that before adding anything, before adding the cream and the cheese, you can take a garlic clove and rub your pan. That's how it's done traditionally, so that while the fondue cooks, while the cheese melts, all the flavor of the garlic is infused. But it's alright if you put it just the way I did. It will really give a nice garlicky flavor. Now we will add our salt in. So now it's time to add pepper. Pinch of pepper. Pinch of pepper will really give a nice peppery, cheesy, garlicky aroma, and it's already giving off the aroma. It's making me hungry, and with all the rains outside, it's becoming really hard to resist. We'll also add a pinch of salt, not too much because your misal masala also has the salt. So put salt in a very little proportion. You don't want your fondue to be salty after all. So once it's mixed, now we will add our misal masala. So here I have 2 tablespoons of our misal masala. I'm going to add it. Now we will give that a nice stir. It is really started giving the aroma of misal. It's one of the best combination, trust me. And with a little garnish of Farsan, it's the most ultimate fusion dish you will ever have. So now, as you can see, our fondue is almost ready. It's really giving a nice aroma of garlic and all the spices. And also, I'm going to show you the most convenient way to eat fondue if you don't have a fondue set. So don't worry, in this recipe you will get everything: how to make the most convenient fondue and how to eat fondue in the most convenient way. So as I told you guys that I'll be showing you how to eat fondue in the most convenient way, let me show you what's the trick. Here we have boiling water. So according to my vessel, I took around half a liter. So once our water is boiled, as you can see, I'm going to place this glass bowl onto the top. This is my fondue pot, and you can also make this at your home if you don't have a fondue pot. It's the most convenient way. Boiling water and a glass bowl on top will ensure that your fondue is warm. So once the water is boiled, we will turn off the gas and we will transfer our fondue in this glass bowl. So let's transfer our fondue this bowl. Now it's time to make our breadcrumbs to go along with the fondue. We will cut off the sides. It's up to you. I think that if you remove the sides, you will get a smooth texture of the breadcrumbs. Now when you cut the sides, do not throw this away, as they can be blitzed in a mixie and be made into a nice breadcrumbs. So we are going to cut 4 cubes and into the bowl. So now we will take a pan. We will grease some olive oil. You can also use pan to toast your crumbs, but I personally prefer to use oven as bread comes out really crunchy. So once the pan is greased, we will add our breadcrumbs. Now we will grease our breadcrumbs. Now to ensure that your bread is evenly greased, use your hands and toss your breadcrumbs and arrange them evenly. So before doing this, preheat your oven at 180 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes, and we are going to cook this breadcrumbs in the highest temperature in the oven for 10 minutes. So my oven has 230 degrees, so this will be going in the oven for 10 minutes at 230 degrees. So now our breads are ready to go in the oven. So guys, what I have shown you here is a very easy technique to make fondue. You can make many variations of this fondue. Just like we made Misal Fondue, you can have your classic fondue, you can have your pizza fondue where you add pizza sauce, you can have pav bhaji fondue where you add pav bhaji masala into the fondue. You can have as many variations as you want. As you can see, our breadcrumbs are done. So I'm going to show you the final step, that is how to have fondue without a fondue pot. Now I'm going to show you how we will set up our fondue stand. So in this vessel I have boiling hot water. Now we will put our glass bowl on top of it. So the boiling water will ensure that our fondue is warm. We will give that a nice little stir, and before starting to dig into this wonderful fondue, we will garnish it. This will give you the experience of misal and the fondue. So now our misal fondue is done. You can also add onions into it to enhance the authentic way of having the misal and enhance the flavor, of course. So now it's done. We will dig into it. So let's find out how our misal fondue tastes like. Amazing. I'm sure that you are going to love this recipe, and fondue is a sharing meal. Like, you cannot have it alone. So go out there, make this fondue, have it with your friends. I'm sure your friends might miss you, but have it with your family, your loved ones, and I'm sure they will absolutely love it. And if you also want to view amazing recipes, restaurant style, convenient, easy to make at home, do press the subscribe button and also share the video and share the love. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.